Okay, so we're going to be using oil pastels. For here, you definitely need some oil pastels, scraper, because I'm going to show you how to use that, okay, and a paper towel. Paper towels are helpful in so many ways. Okay, so we're first going to start off by going through here. We're going to go to the sunflower, through here, and then to the back, okay? So here we are. So pick any color. It doesn't matter what color you want to go with. I am going to go with this purple, you know. Real quick, as I can kind of see right here, we have two different types of pastels in here, all right? One is chalk. You can tell it because when you rub it over, it's chalky, all right? So this, if you come across this, please pull this out and go put it into the soft pastels bin, okay? Oil pastels, when I go over like this, it's not so chalky, okay? It's actually really greasy, all right? Oil pastels are fabulous. They are kind of neat because today they will be nice and creamy. Tomorrow they actually, it's not like they dry, but they get a little harder, okay? And they actually kind of act a little differently, all right? Not completely, but you can take it and, you know, if we came back tomorrow, if I go right over this nice lightly on a piece of, you know, paper that has oil pastel, it actually is kind of like neat because it kind of, see the dry rub on it. All right, so light pressure, here we go. So oil pastels, if you do a nice light coat like this, all right, it kind of looks like crayon, all right. Some people like this. Some people prefer to have certain areas where they can expose underneath it. It's kind of personal preference, okay? The next one is layered, pressing a little harder. So as you guys kind of see, you can see like chunks right here, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to color in one direction, I color this other direction. Nice and heavy color. This is probably the most typical way of doing oil pastels because it gives nice full coverage. All right. Now, last one I want to show you is graffiti. Okay, this actually helps in two different ways. So we're going to color this in. Okay. By the way, try to fill in this. You don't have to fill the whole thing in, but you know, a good portion of this. All right, so what is graffiti? Well, this, by the way, is a palette knife. Okay, now yes, there's ones over by the sink for paint, but this one I use strictly for oil pastel. One is, this is great for adding in small details. Okay, so if you had something and you wanted to add some details, you can do that. All right. Another one is if you have an area that you're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm removing a lot of the oil pastel. Okay, I'll wipe this off. Right. And what I can do is I can change that color. So I'm going to go over here, put that on top. All right. Now, is it as bright as if it was on white? No, not really, but it's pretty good, okay? Definitely layer up some things. So that's where this can kind of come into handy if you need to fix something or to add details. All right, here we are. So let's start mixing some colors. Quick little reminder of some things, okay? So we have a couple different layers of colors. Grab a pen. Sorry. All right, so we have primary, which we have our red, yellow, and blue. Red, yellow, and blue. These colors you can't mix, okay? So if someone says, oh, I can make blue, you're like, nope. We have secondary. By the way, I do want you to write these, okay? Secondary colors are your violet or purple, okay? We have orange and green. So I'm gonna put purple, orange, and green, okay? Our last one, so I'm going to do this. Red, blue, yellow, orange, violet, green, okay? Our last set are called tertiaries. So tertiary colors, okay, are these last ones. They are the mix between a secondary and a primary color. Okay, and when you kind of talk about them, they go with the primary word first. So we have red, orange, red, purple, blue, green, blue, purple, or blue, violet. We have yellow, green, yellow, orange. Okay? So let's actually go through and I want you to fill this out. Now, this really is an exercise on one, just mixing colors. Two is how controlled can you get with your oil pastels. So let's go with this. So what I'm looking for is nice control. All right. What does control look like? Control looks like you are not making a mess. All right. All right. So I want you to take a few minutes. I'm going to do this one. Okay. Just to show you how to color with a different mix of color. All right. So we need red. By the way, if you can't find a certain color, okay, it's like red. I don't know, finding it difficult to find the red in here. That's okay. We know that red and white mix together, so well, it's okay. The best way that I find to mix is kind of doing circles. It's almost like you're taking that beautiful oily base and mixing it together. Okay. Nice. All right, now I don't have a red in here. Don't know why I don't have a red in here. I suggest you look around. All right. Color it in. Okay. And by the way, if you can't find the light green, you can use the dark green. It's okay. A lot of these, for example, even the blue, light blue, dark blue, doesn't really matter. As long as you kind of get the idea, you can mix it. Okay. So go around, pause this video, take a moment, and go around and fill this in. Okay. Okay. So on the bottom, here we are. We're going to start talking about this bottom section. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. There we are. All right. Couple of things that you might want to know. When you are putting this on into your sketchbook, okay, you might find that it will rub on the other side of the page. So if you're doing a project, you might want to take a paper towel and place it over it for at least a day or two until it starts to kind of like harden, okay? Because if not, it rubs off very easily, okay? All right, so here we go. We have a couple of ways that we can actually blend, all right? We have smooth smudging, kind of like what we were doing before. Smooth one direction, which I'm going to show that. Swirls, feathering, stippling, okay? And shadow and highlight, right? Now I'm also going to kind of show you how to do a little bit of gradation and changing of one color, okay? All right, so let's start off with, let's see, what should we start off with? Let's do a smudge. All right. Okay, so we're gonna blend colors. So blending colors, which I tend to do, so blending colors is, I say, from one color to the other, to another. Okay. All right, so you want two colors for this, and it doesn't really matter what two colors. Actually, why don't I do these two, okay, because I already seem to have done. You kind of want colors that are neighbors. So if you look at the color we're here, colors that are next to each other work really well, okay, because we know that they're going to mix nice. But if we go opposite, believe it or not, across the town neighbors don't necessarily always mix well, okay, because obviously they're living apart from each other. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to start with smooth. So I'm going to take my color, and I'm going to take this one color, and I'm going to blend it in. I'm going to use this one. Okay. So smudging. Here we go. Ready? You're going to take your finger, and you're literally going to smudge the two together. Not bad, right? Pretty simple. Kind of has this nice look, nice effect from one to the other. All right, beautiful. All right, so let's do the same thing. This one's a little bit different. This one we're not smudging with our fingers. Oh, and by the way, it's good to have a paper towel there. Okay. So this one is where we're going to go and we're going to bring it in. So I'm going to do like gradation where I'm going to color over it and fade it in. Alright. Now I'm going to take this and go the other way. Get lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Okay. So it's one direction I'm going in. Alright. Swirls. Alright, so I'm going to apply this. Apply the other one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like lightly go in with my swirls. And I'm kind of doing like almost like gradation. Remember how when we do gradation you go heavy and then you go light? Same kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to take my swirls and go the other way. Some people like this way, this texture look, to mix them through. All right, so you got that. So far, so good. All right, so let's go over to feathering. Feathering's kind of neat, okay? Feathering, I'm going to use actually 3 colors, okay? So what feathering is basically cross-hatching. What happens is I'm putting one over the other, okay? And they're kind of like mixing all the way through. See how all that works? And if you want, you can kind of go back up here. Okay. Awesome. All right. So, stippling. Stippling is dotting. Please don't bang it too much. You just kind of want to place the colors in. So, as we kind of put them heavy here, they kind of fade out over here. Little dots here. Kind of fade them in. Okay. It's a nice little tapping, not too much. Okay. And a shadow and a highlight. How do we do that? Okay. So if we have like a darkened area, this is where you're going to get out that black and you're going to get out, let's see, the white. Oh, the white, oh, the white, oh, the white. Isn't it awesome when you go and try to do a video and you're like, you just need a little itty bitty white. And you don't have it. Not cool. Alright, we gotta have a white. This has gotta be somewhere. Haha! We found it! Yay! It's a dirty white. So remember what I said before on how to clean it? Just gonna smudge it off. Oh, that's nice. Beautiful. Alright, so we're gonna make this going dark to light, okay? And we're gonna actually just shade this so it looks like an actual object. Alright, and I'm gonna pick one of these, and you can do whatever one you want. So I'm gonna fill this in. So I'm going to fill it in, layer it up, and I am going to do swirls, okay, to add my color. The white, so we're going to have this highlighted area, fade this out, okay, try to get really heavy in this spot, because I want it to be lighter. Okay, pretty cool, right? Now black. Black can overtake a color very fast. So when you're doing this, you kind of want to do a little bit. Okay, add a little bit of color, then go back with your original and smudge it in. Now this kind of works with almost any of these. Like I can do the smudging with that. I can put that on. I could do the One Direction, the swirls, the feathering. It doesn't really matter, but I just want you to go through and I want you to practice adding light and dark. Okay, very beautiful. All right, time to flip it over onto the back. Okay, so we're going to kind of go through. Let me make sure that's all thing. And I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to need these certain colors, okay? And it's going to tell you which one is going to mix them with, all right? So for example, I know this is kind of hard to see, but I think you can do it. It says white, got it. okay? And it looks like you need a light and a dark color. Light blue and a dark blue. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have enough blue for everyone, so what I'm going to suggest is, if it's asking for a light and a dark, I would suggest that you find a light and a dark colors, okay? So, let's say I don't have light and dark. That works with me, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to just add it in. So, we're going to have the dark in the top, okay? I want you to fill that in. Go into the small little areas, okay, all the way through. You're going to color that through, okay. You're going to have the light on the bottom, and I want you to fade it up to here, okay. So this is going to be all really light, so I'm going to color this in. I know it's not so perfect, but you're going to make it perfect, okay. And I want you to fade this up top, okay. Beautiful. So it can kind of like fade from light to even lighter and then green, all right? Okay, same kind of deal for here, okay? This one's calling for a light and a dark of a color. If you don't have that one, find a light and a dark of that color, even if you like here and here, okay? That would be light and a dark color, all right? Same kind of deal. One color is gonna be the outside, another color is gonna be inside. But what I would like to do with this one, so let's say this is brown, okay? Inside, and it looks like yellow is going to be your binder. All right, cool, not a problem. So I'm going to color that in. I know, this is like so messy. You're like, seriously, Mrs. Smith, good Lord. You need to slow down. I know, I do. I do. Okay. So I got my light and my dark color, okay? Then I want to pick yellow. So yellow, cool. I'm going to go on the outside and fade it out, okay? So it looks like it's kind of glowing, okay? All the way through. So yellow is going to make this look like it's really glowing, right? So you're fading it into that. Alright, so you have the one color fading into yellow, and then the inside is going to be one color. Bottom one. This one is looking like, okay, so we need the yellow, orange, and red. All of these colors, by the way, are colors next to each other. So, I would suggest that if you can't find these colors, you get 3 colors next to each other, okay? And you're going to do it something similar to this. Okay, one color fades into the other one, and the third one is on top, okay? When you're done, okay, please do me a favor, wipe down the table, all right? It's probably got some smudges on it, okay, from oil pastel, and I know it may not look like a lot of smudging, but it means a lot when you move it like this, okay? You can see, it does pick up, okay? So wipe down your table, make sure that there's no oil pastels left on, okay, and attach this to your sketchbook. Remember, just put a little tape either at the top or at the bottom. You don't need a whole strip, just a little bit, and that is it for oil pastels.